Well, John, we got to start with the most important part. The hair is looking phenomenal right there. Are we going to carry this into fight night? Because that is a phenomenal look.
Going into fight night, I'm going to be sad to let you guys know it's all going to be braided nice and tight and looking all handsomest.
Fair enough. Hey, let's pull behind the scenes, man. Before you sat down in this chair, you were sitting right behind me, sitting in an interview with Cody Stamann, a fellow rising bantamweight contender, and you sat there and kind of listened to his whole spiel. What was that like for you, kind of sitting in on that and watching the guy?
Well, listening to what he had to say and pretty much how much respect he has. For me, I'm always about the fights that I want to see, and this is a fight that I want to have. Be able to go out there and have two warriors just go out there and combat each other. He got my warrior spirit up, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. Like, I don't care what ranking you are, let's go. Like, they gave me the opportunity to go ahead and fight this dude, and then all of a sudden I heard that he was matched up, and then they gave me the opportunity to fight his opponent, and they told me that he was matched up too. So once I got my renegotiation, signing the contract all the way, I was supposed to either fight Cody, and I was trying to fight Aljo, and then all of a sudden both of them got taken away from the table. And I was like, Sean, what's up? Like, you called me, asked me if I want to fight. I said yes. And it was automatically for Aljo. And then that got pulled off the table. And I said, all right, then I'll fight the next guy that you want me to fight. He goes, Cody. I was like, yeah. Because everyone else said no. And I was like, well, he got taken off the table too. I was like, well, who's left on the board? And then Jimmy Rivera called my name out as soon as he got knocked out by Marlon. So Sean was like, yo, you want to fight Jimmy? I was like, is this going to happen for real this time? Because this is like the 5th time you called me and told me to fight Jimmy, and he said no. But getting back to the whole Cody thing, dude, I was so excited. Like, when he beats up Aljo and I kick the shit out of Jimmy Rivera, it's on. Like, I don't care if they're trying to match me up with him later down the road, next fight, title contention, I'm all in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You mentioned it, man, going through negotiations, free agency. What was that process like for you, man? Did you enjoy it? Was it stressful? What was it like?
I'll tell you the truth, though, I just wanted to go shop around, go see what it's like on the outside in the free market. People always want to sit there and talk about how disrespectful the UFC is to the fighters and what they don't do, this and that. And I was like, if that's the case, then show me what's better out there. Like, you guys are sitting there blabbing about how much you're doing better. And I looked around, I shopped pretty well, and the best thing that I got was this. I got a big thumbs down, and everyone wanted to tell me like I need to go ahead and do this for them and do that for them, and you can get this, and you can do that, and then you can do this, and then blah, 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 blah. It sounded a lot of extra fluff for absolutely nothing. Like, you can't change the fact that if you're multiplying everything by 0, it still comes out to be 0. So that's not my cup of tea, and I don't care what anybody else says. Like, you can badmouth the UFC how you want to, but at the end of the day, I want to be in the NFL. If I'm playing football, I'm not playing no minor leagues. If I'm going to play basketball, I'm not playing semi-pro overseas. I'm coming over here going to the best sport, being recognized, and not only that, getting the high dollar that I should be getting paid.
Very nice, man. Well, while you were working out, you had to sit out for a little while, right? I mean, it's been since March since you fought, but man, that was an impressive victory over a very, very tough guy, and I wonder, kind of if that did something for you. I mean, you're a veteran. I don't know that you necessarily have anything to prove, but did it prove something in that contest?
Well, it proved to not only to myself but to everybody else that this guy was way too slow. I punched him 1,000 times. I'm still the fastest guy in this division, and not only that, when I do want to stand and bang, I'll drop you. Look at Pedro. He sat there and said, if John Dodson would have fought me like how Brett Johns did, the fight would have gone differently. And I do remember I did do that. In that last 30 seconds of our whole fight, he tried to take me down. I stood back up and I slugged it out with him. And I do remember this being the picture of what your hands did, because I hit you in the jaw, you went like this, and you hit the ground. And I was like, wow, you want to go into a slugfest with me, I will hit you, and you're not going to touch me, but every time that I touch you, your face will move, your body will go, and you will hit the ground.
You talk about your speed. I think anytime somebody brings you up, the first thing they mention is your speed, but do you feel that's your best quality, your best trait? I mean, do you feel like that's what makes you special or most dangerous?
Oh, what makes me special and most dangerous is a smile. What better way to go out there and get killed by the happiest killer in the game? Like, It doesn't have to be vengeance. It doesn't have to be hatred. It doesn't have to be anything. I just love the joy of just hitting you in the face repeatedly over and over again until it satisfies my need.
The sneak attack. I like it.
There's no sneak attack. I come in at you with arms wide open just so that you can feel this warm embrace of these knuckles to your face.
All right, Jimmy Rivera, man, you talked about it. You guys have been linked together quite a few times. I mean, do you feel like he's, I hate to use the word duck because that sounds like, scared or something like that, but do you feel like he's tried to avoid you over the years?
I believe that the word ducking is actually the correct term. Because of the fact that when I tried to fight him in December, when he sat there and said, and cried, not only did he whine about it and complain about it, then necessarily put that cherry on top saying, there's nobody in this division that wants to go ahead and do this. I miss Thanksgiving, I miss Christmas, I miss my daughter's birthday, my anniversary, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You know who they called first to replace him, replace his fighter? They called me. And he was like, no, I don't want to take that fight. I was like, dude, I'll fight you at 45s, I'll fight you at 50, and I'll fight you at 55s. We don't have to cut weight. I'll go out there and I'll fight you. If you want to make 135, oh, I can make it. I can make it in 3 days. I will suffer, I will torture my body, I will go through hell, I'll fight you. And he was like, no. I was like, okay. And then they called Marlon, and Marlon was like, oh, no, I can't do this. And then he started bad-mouthing Marlon. I was like, oh, I tried to fight him at 145. No, I tried to fight you at 145. I tried fighting you at any weight class, and you said no. Because it was too short notice, you needed preparation, you needed this, blah, 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 this, all this extra pizzazz, and then you want to go on social media and tell everybody that nobody was worthy enough to fight you. I'm tired of Jimmy Rivera disrespecting me time and time again on social media. On any type of interviews, or anything that he does, anybody that sits there in front of him, he has the balls and the audacity to sit there and tell people that I'm not worthy to fight him. A man that's sitting there telling me that I'm not good enough to go ahead and fight this dude. Now, I know this is going to sound bad on my part, but I have more losses on my record than he does have knockouts. Like, this man can't go and knock out anybody, and he's telling me that I'm a boring fighter. Okay, let's go find out. Let's put it to the test. I'm going to sit there and run my fist through your face and then let me know how boring I am. How exciting is it going to be when you're flat on your back and we're looking up at the stars and telling everybody, I did need to see Halley's Comet because I need to make a wish right now.
So you're always talking about smiling and being happy, but this one sounds like it's a little personal to you.
It's personal, but you know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to be smiling the whole way through. I'm going to punch him repeatedly and just reminding him, I'm boring. This isn't exciting. This isn't fun for me. This isn't fun for you. The fans don't like this. I'm number one.
I love it, man. The preparation last few weeks, it's been interesting. Jackson Wink, it's been some kind of rough times behind the scenes. Has that been distracting at all to have all this stuff kind of play out in the media, right in the build up to your fight?
What are you talking about? I don't know anything that's going on with the gym. To tell you the truth, their drama is their drama and it doesn't have to deal with me. What has to do with me is making sure I can go out there, perform on Saturday night, go on UFC 228, Darren Till, Tyron Woodley. Those are the main events, but you already know who is the spotlight. Me. I highlight that because everybody loves my happy smile and I'm coming out dancing and be rocking some braids.
I love it. I think this is a big night for the bantamweight division. I mean, I think the bantamweight division is as exciting as any division in the sport right now. So do you feel like this is a big night for you and a big night to make a statement?
I have to make a statement. That youngster that came in here earlier, right before me, Cody, is going to try to make a statement against Aljamain Sterling. Now, both of these dudes both lost to Marlon Moraes, and that dude has like this, pretty much his foot just cracked in the doorway saying, yo, I'm knocking on that door. I want to be in title contention. And that's the guy that I beat. Arguably, everyone can sit there and say, hey, John, you dropped Marlon Moraes. I was like, yeah. Hey, John, you took him down a bunch of times. Hey, John, did you knock him down again in the third round too? Oh, but hey, he slaps on a choke at the last 10 seconds. The bell goes off, 5 more seconds. He's still holding on. I'm trying to shake him off, so I have to tap. Oh, God. They're like, hey, you tapped out. What do you mean? I have to get him off me. And the dude looked like he's going to put me to sleep. I'm not going to sleep in front of my kids because some dude decided to like have an ego trip and want to hold on to a choke. No. Oh, you lost. So I got to go ahead and run this back. Just beat it like I would beat up Pedro. This time, make it a little interesting because this you got a bigger mouth and hit him a little harder.
Unfinished business then.
Yes. I have unfinished business with the UFC, and I told everybody, I'm not leaving this place without a title.